You know, in pretty much every company using the cloud, there's this hidden force at play. It's called shadow IT. And while most people see it as a problem that needs to be stamped out, we're going to look at it from a totally different angle. What if it's actually a super valuable signal about what your organization really needs?
Seriously, just think about it for a second. Has someone on your team ever used a new design tool they just expensed on a corporate card? Or maybe a developer spun up a quick cloud server for a demo without going through all the official red tape? If that sounds familiar, yeah, you are definitely not alone.
I know your first instinct is probably to shut it all down, lock it down. But here's the twist. What if I told you it could actually be a good thing? We're about to dig into exactly why that might be true.
Okay, so let's get on the same page. What is shadow IT, really? Especially now, in this crazy multi-cloud world. Before we can figure out what it's telling us, we got to be clear on what we're looking at. At its heart, shadow IT is basically any tech that's being used for work, but is flying completely under the official radar. And look, the real issue isn't just that it's unapproved, it's that it completely sidesteps all those crucial security and legal checks that are there to protect the company.
And this stuff happens all the time, in ways you totally recognize. A marketer grabs a new analytics tool with the company card because they need it now. An engineer uses a free cloud service to prototype a cool new idea. These little things, almost always done with the best of intentions, are all perfect examples of shadow IT. I bet some of this is hitting pretty close to home, right?
All right, so we know what it is, but the really interesting question, the one we're here to talk about, is why? Why does it even happen? And this is where we need to flip our thinking. Instead of seeing it as a problem, let's start seeing shadow IT as a signal of needs that aren't being met.
This right here, this is the big idea. It's not just that someone broke a rule, it's a sign that your organization's design might be flawed. Now that is a huge mental shift, right? It changes the question from who broke the rules to, hey, what's missing in our process that made them have to work around it in the first place?
And the reasons, they almost always come down to one single thing: friction. The official way to get things done is just too slow. The approved tools don't cut it for the job at hand. Central IT has a reputation for being a roadblock. And when a deadline is staring you in the face, you know teams are going to find the fastest way to get the work done, even if it means bending a few rules. Okay, so we get the why now. But let's be real, we can't just ignore the fact that this stuff comes with some pretty serious risks. So let's talk about the complications that start to bubble up under the surface.
And the risks are pretty significant. They hit all parts of the business. From a security angle, you've got systems out there with weak passwords and no oversight. For compliance, you could be breaking data laws without even realizing it. On the financial side, you're probably paying for the same tool 5 different times across 5 different teams. And when something breaks, and it always does, who's on call to fix it? It can get chaotic fast.
So what's the answer here? And spoiler, it is not about locking everything down and becoming the department of no. Let's look at the modern approach, enablement with guardrails. This whole thing requires a major shift in philosophy. We're moving away from that old model of just blocking things and enforcing rules. That's the world of no. We're moving towards a new model, a world of yes, but safely. The goal is to give teams the self-service tools they want, but with safety and security already built right in. You're enabling them, not blocking them.
So what do these guardrails actually look like? Well, think of it like building a superhighway for your developers. You're creating these clear, easy, pre-approved paths for them to get what they need. We're talking service catalogs with blessed tools, templates that have security baked in from the start, and automatic alerts for when costs start to creep up. You make doing the right thing the easiest thing to do. Okay, so that's the plan going forward. But what about all the shadow IT that's already out there? Let's dive into how you bring that stuff out of the shadows and into the light, which is all about making the whole organization healthier in the long run.
You can't just go in and shut everything down. You need a process, a safe way to bring it all into the fold. First, you got to find it all. Step 2, you figure out if it's actually valuable or just a huge risk. From there, you can secure it, make sure someone is officially responsible for it, and then, finally, you decide. Do we move it to one of our approved platforms? Or is this thing so useful we should make it an official tool?
And this is so important. The entire vibe of this process has to be about one thing: collaboration. This is not a witch hunt. You are not looking for someone to blame. You're trying to learn what need wasn't being met so you can fix the real problem.
When you really boil it all down, this is the most powerful way to look at it. Every single piece of shadow IT is a gift. It's free feedback. It is literally telling your platform and IT teams exactly where the friction is.
It's a roadmap showing you what services your people desperately want and where your official processes are falling short.
So I'll just leave you with this thought. The next time you stumble across some shadow IT in your organization, resist that knee-jerk reaction to just shut it down. Instead, just pause and ask a different question. What is this telling us? What is our shadow IT trying to tell you?